as is usual. I'm a little disappointed in myself. I my goal was for y'all to never see the word "go" at the when the timer reaches zero, but we're live, baby. For those of you who are watching in the VOD, I'm gonna start putting timestamps in the description as to when different things arrive. Probably by Wednesday afternoon they'll be in there. If they're not there yet. Hello, Mike. Thank you for joining us. Uh, I am kind to myself. I like to think I am anyway. It's funny. The I spent so much time preparing for the main segment that I kind of forgot. I kind of forgot about the first one until like just before I was ready to punch out and start prepping for this stream. It's it's something else. But I gotta say, I feel a lot. I feel good for this stream. I would like to start by talking about this Chrome extension that I discovered recently that I fell in love with, which is part of the reason, honestly, that I feel so prepared for tonight's stream. There's a YouTuber slash Twitch streamer called Devin Nash that I kind of fell in love with his videos. I talk about him a lot. And I noticed that there was like whenever he would open a new tab, like I don't have it in this profile and it's not worth installing, but I noticed that the whenever he would open a new tab, it was interesting. You know what? Fuck this. I'll just spare you the story. I joined his Discord recently, and being the sly investigator that I am, without instead of like asking, "Hey, what is that thing?" when Devin opens a new tab, I just search for new tab in the server, and I found that the extension that he uses is called Momentun. And I gotta say, this fucking thing scratches the perfect itch for me. I love it so much, I upgraded to premium almost immediately. But the bulk of it, you can get like for free. The free version has this stuff. Basically, the thing about living in the digital world is that there's so many opportunities to get distracted. And what I love so much about Momentum is that right at the biggest opportunity to get off track, which is opening a new tab, you get reminded of what matters most. Where basically at the bottom here, can I make this bigger? Yeah, at the bottom here where it says what is your main focus today, you can basically add that to whatever you need to do, and it's kind of like a reminder of what the next thing you should be working on is, right at the precise opportunity where you could get veered off track, and it's done great. Yeah, that alone, I mean, you can get for free. What made me want to get the premium version was that it integrates with like popular existing to-do list apps like Google Tasks, which is what I use it with, and there are all sorts of other bells and whistles. So yeah, that was cool. Before we get started, I want to talk to you about an anecdote that happened to me last Wednesday. I'm a wrestling fan, if you didn't know. I've been a wrestling fan basically my whole life. There was a period of a couple years where I got bored of it for reasons that are too long to go into. And last week, I was watching AEW, specifically Hangman Page versus Isaiah Cassidy. If those names don't ring a bell, don't worry. But there was something about that match when Hangman did a move to Isaiah, and then he kind of landed and flopped like that, and his arm extended under the bottom rope. And then I noticed that his armpit was shaven. And then I'm like, oh, that's weird. Isaiah Cassidy shaves his armpits. And then as I continued watching the match, I was like, oh, Hangman shaves his armpits too. And then I went over the visual library of countless wrestlers with their arms raised in victory. And that's when I realized that, fuck, wrestlers shave their armpits. And it was really weird to me that I had never noticed before. And I don't know what it was about Isaiah flopping on the mat that one time last week that made me zoom in on his armpit. But yeah, that was interesting. What else do I want to talk about? I got to say one thing that I've learned from this stream is that I'm pretty bad at estimating how long things are going to take. So I really hope the show doesn't go long. I'd like to play Stardew Valley at the end, but if I don't, I don't. Where is it? There are my notes. Ooh, okay. Reminder. I try not to talk about this guy because I talk about him all the time. If I didn't make an effort to not talk about him as much as I do as I want to, I would mention him every fucking episode. But if whether you like Scott Adams or not, I would say that he's recently found how he's going to use his platform after Trump, and I would argue that it's more valuable than before. He, I think it's unfair to call him like mindlessly supporting Trump. He was pretty hard on him with coronavirus, among other things. But he's undeniably like a cheerleader. He's undeniably a supporter. One of the things that he did a lot was to take things and spin them in Trump's favor. Like to deny that would be ridiculous. But now that Trump's out of office, he's really putting a focus on teaching things that are valuable. One of the things that he did mention in a recent stream, and there are enough people in the chat that are that it's worth actually trying this out. So he was, I forget what led to this, but he was talking about he took a story and he segued into how to be a good conversationalist, and he mentioned that one of the one of the key tactics that you could use to be a good conversationalist is to consistently like insert little pauses to give your interlocutor an opportunity to jump in on the conversation, right? And he asked this question to his chat that I will ask you. What is, according to you, what's the longest amount of time that you can talk without giving your partner at least an opportunity to interject? So what's the longest time that it's acceptable to just go on talking and talking and talking without taking a break? Let me see if I can make this bigger. Oh, this is a new program. Okay, let's see here. I want to make this bigger. There we go. Okay, cool. So anyway, he got a bunch of answers, and when he after the answers came in, he said this: anyone who answered over 1 minute is a bore. That should be over. Anyone who answered over 1 minute is a bore. I didn't type into the chat because I never watch his live streams live, but when he answered, I mentally said like, oh, definitely under a minute. Like a minute is a long time to just listen to someone yak yak and yak like over the internet like we're doing right now. It's another issue, but man, so many people that I've met have done this, and it's insane, honestly. If you needed to hear this, you're welcome. In the long run, you will thank me. Ooh, another thing that I discovered recently, again through Scott, is there's a YouTuber called. Let me just go to his channel here.
Hello and welcome.
Whoops.
This channel is part of the fight back
Yeah,
against
that's
junk.
the channel description, Mike. I'm the fact that you felt the need to type that is interesting, but I love you anyway, buddy. Um, so yeah, there's a YouTuber called Potholer54. This guy, uh, his thing is like debunking things, and there are two videos of his in particular. You know, with coronavirus being what it is, there are two recent videos of his that I watched, which were very interesting, and I'll link to both of them below. But which one is it? Which one is it? Here. Uh, facts fact checking claims about lockdown in Sweden. I gotta say, if you watching this at any point in the past year has said things akin to uh, lockdowns don't work and masks don't work. Look at Sweden. Sweden's doing just fine with the coronavirus, and they did it all without any lockdowns and any mask mandates. That video is for you. I strongly suggest you watch it. Yeah, and buckle up. If you've not only said things like that over the past year, but you were like emotionally invested in that, I would strongly recommend you watch it. It's a 24-minute video. You presumably have watched much longer videos about how you know masks don't work or whatever. It's it's yeah. I really strongly suggest you watch it. Links to all that below. You might already have a story in your head explaining why you won't watch it or why you just don't have the time to watch it. And yeah, I really appreciate having discovered this channel. And not only that, I gotta just give him props before we go into our first segment. At the end of his videos, he explicitly says, if you want to support this channel, please don't. Donate to these charities instead. What a stand up guy. Awesome. So, with that being said, what did I want to do for. Yeah, I'll close this. I'm going to try a different approach with starting segments. I can't think of. Yeah, a therapy session is not a therapy session and a conversation aren't the same thing, Mike. Like, I get how they're interrelated. A lot of the same things are involved, but yeah, thank you for pointing that out. That was important nuance. All right. What? Man, I gotta say honestly, I'm not that confident in this first segment because I spent all this time preparing for the real one, and just as a just to so you know right now, the Mr. Potato Head stuff and the Womxn thing, those are like examples of what we're really going to talk about in the segment. It's just that if I wrote, what was it? Oh, thanks, Francois. You take care. Um, yeah, I think it was performative wokeness that I wanted to call it, but that wouldn't have packed the same punch, so to speak. So yeah, let's see here. I'm just gonna prepare. I mean, again, I'm basically gonna wing it for this, uh, and not only that, I'm also experimenting with how I'm gonna start these segments. So after I've gotten my verbal momentum going, I'm just gonna go right into it. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So the this is going to be a rehash of things that I've covered on this channel before, but I think it's really important. And also, when I covered them initially, I was presumably half naked in that bathroom over there with shaving cream on my face. So I think it's a good opportunity in the era of COVID, and we're all home. There's a lot of information out there to just give you a refresher on intellectual self-defense and some habits, things that I do that I would suggest. I'm definitely open to suggestions. I would love for you to leave a comment down below if there's anything you feel I've left out or that I'm wrong about. Or live in the chat Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll gladly let take that input as well. So the I'd say the main the main thing to keep in mind is something called the trivium method, which I've covered a while ago, which is really, when I say method, it really has three parts: grammar, logic, and rhetoric. So the, the, the notion of, are you sure that you know what all the words you're hearing mean? Or what do they mean in this context? That's really the first layer, the foundation of the intellectual pyramid on which you can build your positions. And then you can go to the logic phase. Without a clear understanding of terms, you can't really graduate to the logical part where you scan for logical fallacies. It's important to know the logical fallacies. Like it's a good advantage to know them, but you don't really need to know them all by heart. I usually work with the three broad categories of logical fallacies, which is irrelevant appeals, fallacies of presumption, and there was another one. I think it's equivocation. Ah, shit. Wait. If I say threes of logical fallacies, yeah, there are 15 here. Where I got these three categories, it was a while ago. I can't find this site, and now I'm getting like a lot more than three. But let's cover them anyway. So, straw man, bandwagon, appeal to authority. Shit. I'm really hoping that I can get, yeah, like a straw man fallacy is a fallacy of presumption. Your a straw man fallacy is a fallacy of presumption. You're assuming that the argument that the other person is advancing is something else, and you're defeating that. Shit, I'm kind of bummed that I can't find the categories. But the thing to keep in mind is when you have, I don't need this anymore. when you have your when you know what all the words mean, then you can scan for logical consistency. And then after that, if you still have a problem, it might be at the rhetoric level, where the person is just saying it in a way that you don't like, which doesn't necessarily impact the merits of the argument or the message or whatever. That is like the foundation. But another thing that I think is really important is to have a varied diet of input, of media input. The It's really important to not focus on just content creators who are on your side. I think it's really important to have of wide array. And in fact, if you have a content creator that you don't like who regularly pisses you off, there's value there. And one of the things, like whether you're on the left or on the right, if you're in an echo chamber, you're very vulnerable to people who have heard your arguments before, but you haven't heard theirs. So yeah, that's another thing. The main Another really important thing is remember a theme that comes up often in this channel is the enormous power that cognitive dissonance and confirmation bias have. And a point that I bring up often is that to the person experiencing it, there's no difference between cognitive dissonance and accurately perceiving the world. So the thing is, even though that also applies to you and me and all that shit, even though you can't really tell when you're in cognitive dissonance, if you're paying enough attention, you can you can notice when your cognitive dissonance is triggered. And an example of that for me happened last week. If you remember, on this show, I talk a lot. I've spoken many times about how supplementation with vitamins is important to help fight off COVID. Like washing your hands and wearing your masks and all that shit is important, but the last defense of your body is the immune system, which is why, for since the beginning of this thing, I've been harping on and on and on ad nauseum about the importance of vitamin C, vitamin D, chaga mushrooms, zinc, all that shit. And then last week, I clicked on a story and saw this headline right here: Vitamin C, zinc doesn't lessen COVID-19 symptoms. Study finds. These two words right here were what truly triggered cognitive dissonance in me. Because if a study found that, then it's, people who actually know what they're talking about, who actually studied it, and I was confronted with that and my worldview, and I could feel the friction. Now, I could tell as I was doing it that this was a desperate. Yes, James, I love vitamins. I could tell in the moment that I was desperately trying to resolve this cognitive dissonance that I was experiencing, but I did actually go read the study, and it turns out that they were talking about people who were already in the clinics, so they already had COVID, and their case was bad enough that they needed medical help. So that's how that was resolved. But the reason I'm bringing this up is that this is an example from me recently of, even though I couldn't tell that I was in cognitive dissonance, I noticed the trigger, and that is again, this is something that you got to constantly monitor to be able to see Because if you miss it, you know, better luck next time, really. And yeah, the last thing that I want to instill in you as just a habit, I think this is really valuable. Is speaking of triggers, this is a trigger for self-examination. So what I do whenever I'm watching a content creator that I like or that I don't like, the trigger is that I nod as soon as someone is presenting something and I nod my head. I ask myself, why did I nod? And that little spot check could be an interesting doorway to detect, potential biases, and maybe you're nodding because the person just said what you want to hear, but you don't really know, that kind of thing. So the nod is a physical trigger that can get you to examine yourself that way, and I think that's important. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I'll I'll do more next time. If you enjoyed this, please let me know below, and like this video if you liked it. That really helps a lot, and I'll see you soon. Well, that's gonna be it's gonna be interesting editing that one. But yeah, I think I pulled off the major things that I wanted. All right. I warned you that this was like the leftover segment. Uh, let's let me see here. Is it about how much? Yeah. Sadly, Mike isn't here anymore, so this comment is irrelevant. Maybe I'll bring it up with him next time. All right, let me. This next segment has a lot of links, so let me just prepare these. Oh, if you're watching this live right now, liking this stream really helps me out. It's like one of the most helpful things you could do. It's very little effort. I'm gonna start asking people to do that because, yeah, it's a little thing, but it helps out a lot. All right, let me see here. I don't know in what order I'm gonna do this, but okay, this. And I really like the to record. Basically what I did earlier is I started recording much earlier than I normally would, and then I noticed an opportunity to just jump right into the segment. I think that that could lead to better outcomes as far as quality is concerned. Wait, no notifications, fuck off. I might not even use this. Let me just get all the links ready. Oh, this thing. Yeah. Well, this is interesting. I I'll save this link for later. This is off topic, but I like this. All right. You know, it's for pauses like this one that I thought, putting timestamps in the description for people catching the VOD later would be a good idea out of respect for those people. Because like all segments that I record, I end up uploading. I really like my willingness to publish things that I'm not happy with, but I do have like a minimum. There's a threshold that I must meet. Okay, good. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. No, that is not useful. Oh no, that's the bookmark I saved for myself. So, just have one other thing, and hopefully the the segment will make sense, more sense than the other one. All right, let's see. Yeah, this will do. Okay, so I'll put my tabs in order. Hey, Nexon, thanks for showing up. Okay. Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot. I hope it's here. Yeah, it is. Right here. Why did I close that tab? Always a pleasure having you here too, buddy. Okay. Okay, so this should be fun. I keep forgetting to mute myself when I take a swig. Jesus Christ, I just said I just said I oh boy. Old habits die hard, I guess. All right. I'm a little hot. I'm going to take this off. I'm a little hot if you know what I mean. I don't know if we'll have time for Stardew Valley, but we'll see what happens after I'm done with this. Um, Man, watching the internet go crazy this last week has been really entertaining. Oh boy, you might have heard, but Mr. Potato Head is dropping the Mister. Ignore these two words right now. There really is more to this, but I don't know if you've heard of the term woke capitalism. I researched the quote before this stream. It is attributed to a gentleman called Clay Routledge. We are living in an era of woke capitalism in which companies pretend to care about social justice to sell products to people who pretend to hate capitalism. And the I would say that this is an example of this. However, it's an example of more things than people realize. Now, what I'm about to go into might seem obvious to some of you, but I think, especially based on the reaction to my Gina Carano video, I think the audience that I'm attracting leans right. And something that I don't think the right is as aware of is that moves like this, like the narrative that often gets touted by people is, well, this is just another example of the SJWs taking over the culture and limiting words we can use because anything can be cancelable and all that shit. And on the surface, yeah, Potato Head, Mr. Potato Head becoming Potato Head would kind of fit into that narrative, but that narrative is false. And this is something that I just want to convey to you. Like, if what I'm about to say is a surprise to you, I strongly suggest that you widen your array of media consumption, because you, my friend, are in the very same bubble that you presumably accuse SJWs of being in. The thing to know is that Hasbro isn't fooling anyone. And moves like this made by broad corporations are so transparent. Progressives laugh at this too. That is the thing. Like, I haven't see I haven't seen much. I haven't seen that many reactions on the right, but I've seen lefties talking about it. But this, even if it's wrong about the Mr. Potato Head thing, shit like this has happened time and time again. Actually, let me think of another. Let me just bring up another example. This Oreo gay pride. There we go. Last June, Oreo had had cookies with the colors of the gay pride flag, and not only that, they had like alternate colors where you can make all sorts of flag, like the trans flag and all these different flags like that. You know, you know how I heard of this? I heard about this watching a progressive left winger, a progressive leftist, laughing at it. This is, ultimately, it doesn't cause harm, but the cringe is universal. I think the only people who are fooled by this are like, boomer Democrats who get their news from CNN or some shit. Yeah, and just to before I just want to point out, before I move on, in case I forget, the brand is dropping the Mister. Mr. Potato Head will still exist. It's just as a separate toy. It's like Honda Civic. Honda is rebranding itself, but the Civic still exists. So replace that with Mr. Potato Head, Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head is dropping the Mister, but Mr. Potato Head is still there, the toy. So a bunch of people who were losing their shit over this hadn't realized that part yet. I'm not going to read this story. I'm just bringing it up as an example. And there was another. There was another example of this which happened yesterday on March 1st, the first day of Women's History Month. Twitch got slammed for woke effort to promote Women's History Month with Womxn. I don't know if you've heard of this. Like, I spend a little too much time on Twitter, and I noticed that Womxn was trending, and it's I don't know if you could. Oh, I know. Let me do this. Seanhead tweeted about it. And this also leads to a point that I want to prove later. So this was the. No, this is not the original tweet. Where is it? There it is. So Twitch tweeted this yesterday. And I would say the biggest good that was achieved by this is that a bunch of people saw Womxn for the first time yesterday. I had been aware of this term for a while. It's obviously cringe. There is some history to this word that I was not aware of, that I'll go into in shortly if I don't forget. But the bottom line is this performative wokeness, this woke capitalism, because for those of you who forgot, Twitch is owned by Amazon, so the notion of doing this was so cringe that they got laughed at by everyone, uh, and later they deleted the tweet. This tweet has been deleted right here. And they later apologized for it. Let's read this one. While we originally wanted to use a word that acknowledges the shortcomings of gender binary language, after hearing directly from you, including members of the LGBTQ community on Twitch, we will be using the spelling women moving forward. Just as a side note, and that part I wasn't really aware of until yesterday. So even I learned a little something. The spelling of women with an X. Apparently, it's kind of like okay. I haven't vetted this myself, but I'm going to say it anyway. So you've been warned. I might sound really dumb right now, but this is the chatter that I've heard, that the term Womxn was basically conceived by radical feminists who don't like trans people, TERFs as they're called, trans exclusionary radical feminists, to basically remind trans women that they're not really women, or at least to tell trans women that they're not really women, and that's why a lot of binary trans women or trans yeah actually trans women actually take offense to this term. And this was something that you saw a lot, and again, examples of the universal cringe that came from this. I'm sure a bunch of right wingers were doing, oh, this is the SJW's taking over the language and all that shit. But there was some trans people. I don't know if I can find the tweet. Let me try real quick. Twitch Wimxon. It's probably still a top tweet. Imagine. Shit, I can't find it. I can find the tweet, but it read something along the lines of imagine having busted your ass to transition and then be called a word that reminds you that you're not really a woman anyway. That kind of thing. And this is an example of progressives and leftists seeing through that bullshit as a as I'm going to take this opportunity to remind you of to make you aware of another phenomenon. I'm sure you've heard people complain about the book White Fragility, and apparently it's required corporate training or whatever. I think the infamous Coca-Cola "Try to Be Less White" may or may not have been in that school of thought, but if if you actually consume leftist content, leftists are constantly bitching about it. They also see that whoever wrote White Fragility, agility, what's her name? Robin DiAngelo. Yeah, they also see they also see through the shit. They like leftists are constantly talking about how Robin DiAngelo is using this concept as a racket to sell corporate trainings to corporations. So if you see right wingers complaining about this, you know right there that or at least that's a clue that they're in an echo chamber as well. Yeah. However, not all not all examples of this are cringe, or they might seem to on the surface, but I just want to bring an example that broke today, or at least I was made aware of this today. Dr. Seuss is canceling some of their books. Now, the thing that really disappoints me is this is short enough. Let me just read it. Today, on Dr. Seuss's birthday, Dr. Seuss Enterprises celebrates reading and also our mission of supporting all children and families with messages of hope, inspiration, inclusion, and friendship. Let me make this a little bigger. We are committed to action. To that end, Dr. Seuss Enterprises, working with a panel of experts, including educators, reviewed our catalog of titles and made the decision last year. Oh, this isn't even okay. To cease publication and licensing of the following titles. And the name of the titles. I don't feel like reading them. Dr. Seuss titles are so long. These books, okay, here it is. These books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. Ceasing sales of these books is only part of our commitment and our broader plan to ensure Dr. Seuss Enterprises catalog represents and supports all communities and families. Now, the thing that bugs me is they don't really like portrays people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. That's a little vague. I'd like to know more. Well, enter Philip DeFranco, who covered this earlier. There was a study, presumably this study that they alluded here, this panel of experts, including all these people, and in this article here, there are like I would like to see the pictures. I think that if you if you warn people, I'll just leave it at that. If you warn people and put it behind a link, I'd be really curious to see like what the actual images are. But at least we have descriptions of these. So, oh, and I will link to the study below. Just in case you want to read the primary source, it's 51 pages long, so I didn't have time to read it. So let's settle for these couple paragraphs. A 2019 study published in the journal Research on Diversity in Youth Literature looked at 50 books by Dr. Seuss and found 43 out of the 45 characters of color have characteristics aligning with the definition of Orientalism or the stereotypical offensive portrayal of Asia. Oh. It added that the two African characters both have anti black characteristics. Okay. The study even pointed to specific examples. There we go. In The Cat's Quizzer, the Japanese character is referred to as a Japanese, has a bright yellow face, and is standing on what appears to be Mount Fuji. Honestly, this seems kind of tepid. I get how someone might be offended by it, but I'd be curious to see it. It also pointed to If I Ran the Zoo as an example of Orientalism and white supremacy. The is this a quote from the study or from a book? Presumably the study. The three and only three Asian characters who are not wearing conical hats are carrying a white male on their heads in If I Ran the Zoo. Okay, yeah. That that would probably be a problem. The white male is not only on top of and being carried by these Asian characters, but he is also holding a gun, illustrating dominance. The study's authors wrote, the text beneath the Asian characters describes them as helpers who all wear their eyes at a slant. Jesus. From countries no one can spell. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that. Oh, yeah. That's a yikes. That's going to get a yikes from me. The study also argues that since the majority of human characters in Dr. Seuss books are white, his works center whiteness and thus perpetuate white supremacy. Okay, this is cringe, but it's within the 51 pages of the study. It might be valid. I don't want to dismiss something just because it sounds cringe. Yeah, I'm gonna be the Morpheus thing, and this is a phrase that is uttered in my head many times over these last few days with like the flurry of stories of this vein bouncing about. What if I told you? Wait, what if I told you you can be cringe and also be correct? That yeah, the cringe shouldn't be enough to dismiss something, and it kind of reminded me of something. I'm gonna show something because I thought of it today, and it's a visual that I had in my head. So I just want to. Oh, jeez, I'm actually gonna do it. Just as a hint, you only see this picture on 4chan, and apparently live here today. Jeez, I'm allowed to show this picture, but like again, if the pictures, as curious as I am to see them, if the pictures are the philosophical equivalent of this, then yeah, take the books down. What the fuck took you so long? Uh, Again, I'm assuming if you've been on the internet, you've seen this picture before. I only see it on 4chan, on which I lurk very rarely. But yeah, this, like, again, when corporations do empty gestures, progressives laugh at them too. And sometimes there's a point. Sometimes it's legit. So just keep that in mind. And on that note, I will thank you for watching this. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps this channel a lot. I do these streams every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you soon. Hey, that one went well. That one went well. I kind of lost my focus at times, but I like it. All right. Hey, and it's 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 8 to 11. You know what that means, right? Ah, jeez. I can't believe I showed that guy on YouTube. But yeah, like I'm sure. Has anyone in chat seen this guy before? Like, is this the first time you've seen him? Like, uh, uh, I've seen that fucking. It's like the black equivalent of the Happy Merchant doing this with the quick nose. I mean, yeah, and if the Asians in those books were like that, like fuck, get that shit out of here. Actually, yeah. Since the segment is over, I'll just mention Scott Adams was talking about this either today or yesterday, probably today, and he suggested something really. I think this is a good idea. Just have have a black person re-illustrate those books, and a black person or person of color or whatever re-illustrate those books in a way that kind of still honors the style of Dr. Seuss, and just put a little asterisk, and everyone's happy. I think that's totally fair. Uh, you know what? Okay, no, I'm gonna start playing Stardew Valley. Fuck it. I wanna spend a day in the valley, a simpler time where life was life. I don't know what I'm saying. So yeah, the stream's gonna go a bit long, but I feel like doing it. It's for it's for the greater purpose. It's for the greater cause. Yes. A reminder: I turn the music off when I play, so I'll leave that alone. Hey, yeah, my estimate: I'm at 120 hours. Year 4, baby. All right, let's see. I forget what I was gonna do. That's the beauty of Stardew Valley. No matter how long it's been, no scumbag alley, James. All right, let me. No, not. Can you imagine all this loading just to exit to desktop? Okay, let's raise that mute. Okay, yeah, that'll do. There we go. Yeah. Let me just lower the volume because I'm the star of the show. All right. Reminder: having a child so far changes nothing. This kid basically just crawls around unattended and manages to not kill himself. I have to go into town today. Yeah, Penny, you go to town. Love you. And I'm gonna do my shit. Little Junior's gonna crawl around the house and somehow manage to still be alive at 10 a.m. It's gonna be clear and sunny tomorrow. Perfect weather for the luau. Welcome to Oracle. The spirits are very happy today. They will do their best to shower everyone with good fortune. That's awesome. Which means I'm probably gonna go dungeon crawling. Tomorrow we're gathering at the beach for the luau. Oh, it's Mayor Lewis. The highlight of the event is the communal potluck. Oh shit, that's true. Make sure you bring something good to contribute. The governor himself is attending the event, so make sure you're on your best behavior. Come to the beach sometime between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. You got it, buddy. This is my 4th year in Stardew Valley, and I forgot about the luau. I'll probably have something. What am I doing? I'm in gold can mode when I can do it all in one shot, baby. And I forgot to close the barn doors yesterday. Alright. Ooh, I'll check these later. I don't want to collect any sap from any trees until they're all ready. That's why I'm just leaving them there. Alright, let's do this. Pet 'em all. Good. Yes. Good. This pig is unhappy. I don't know why. Doesn't really matter. Like, of all the animals to be unhappy, pigs are the ones that matter the least. Because happy cows produce higher quality milk, but pigs only sniff up truffles, and I have a perk that whatever I pick up off the ground like this is iridium quality. Like all these truffles are iridium quality. So my pigs could be fucking unhappy as hell. As long as they keep digging up those truffles, they're gonna be iridium quality for me. So pig, count your blessings. How much wheat okay, I have. Okay, my halo's just my silo is just over half full, so that's good. It's the summer. I have plenty of time to fill it up for the winter and have an excess because I'm gonna need a lot of hay for the winter, but plenty of time. yeah. Let's go. Oh. No, this is fruit. Okay, cool. I have a golden tomato, so I'm good for tomorrow's luau. That's good. Where are you here? Okay, let's go in the greenhouse, see if I got anything. Okay. Okay, nothing to see. Actually, nah, these trees I'll pluck them tomorrow. Fuck it. Put that there. It's almost 11 a.m. There's some recipes that require fish, and I was tired of fishing, so what I did is for the fish that I need to cook with, I just built a fish pond and had those specific fish in them. So, whoops, no. Yeah. Sea cucumber. I'll throw you back in. There we go. What I wanted to do. So I have sardines here. I don't know what I need squid for. And crabs for the crab soup or whatever. Alright, horsey. Let's just pick up some mushrooms from this cave. Good. Is everything... Ooh, cool. All the trees are ready. Cool. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to... here. Good. Jeez, is everything already ready? No, okay. I'll wait for the cheese. Oh, and it's Wednesday, so Pierre's shop is closed today. I'm just gonna sell this. This, okay. I think I'm gonna go dungeon crawling today because it's a lucky day. What I'm trying to do, I want to get iridium, and if I process geodes on a lucky day, I'm too lucky and I don't get iridium. I get like the really rare shit. So I like to process my geodes on a neutral day and not a lucky day like today. But lucky days are great for actually getting geodes in the first place. So let's see. Oh yeah, let me just collect all this. Yeah, I probably would have been. All trees don't generate sap at the same speed, but now the timer just reset for everyone. It's like a full reset. We'll see what happens. Good. Really? Cool. Oh, yeah. 30 of these is enough. Let me put the bait in here. I think we have enough to go. Was the cheese ready? Yep. Alright. Oh no! I needed the maple syrup to cook with. Whatever. The beauty of Stardew Valley. You can't irredeemably damage your farm. And selling shit that you wanted to keep, that's really no biggie. This is the one thing that will make me rage quit, is if I accidentally drop a bomb by my crops and destroy some crops. I will rage quit for that. But I've made that mistake often enough that it won't happen today. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Skull Cavern. Yeah, Skull Cavern, baby. So this I don't... Wait. This is what I don't need. Cool, let's do it. I'm leaving my horse here because I won't need him. Pam here, the bus driver, is actually my mother-in-law. Pam is Penny's mom. Maybe if you do real well on your farm, it'll boost the local economy. Hey, Pam gets it. Alright, let's buy a ticket. Go to the forest. Get me some geodes, baby. Actually, I'm gonna teleport. Don't wait up, Pam. I'm gonna try to teleport back to my farm in time to, like, close the barn doors. Alright, let's do this. These geodes are too far apart. I'm low on iron. Ooh. There we go. Sneaky little fella didn't make a noise. Oh, iron, nice. This guy didn't make a noise either. Alright. Iron and geodes. Those are the two main things that I want and that I'll be happy with. Like, the other shit doesn't even hurt, but what I'm after is those two things. Alright, enough of this. Let's go down. Oh, shit. Okay, this is gonna be rough. Ooh. Oh, no. It started by fucking warning me that the area is infested. Okay, these things are either easy or hard depending on what happens when I kill the big one. And actually, I'm going to fill up. And... Let me try to find a nice slip. Shit. You're alone. All alone without your friends. Shit. Come on. There we go. When the big ones break into a bunch of smaller ones, that can be rough. Those smaller come on. See, this is what I want to avoid. I don't want too many small ones swarming me. Good. There we go. We're doing great. And this one I got lucky. He just died. There should be another one. Come on. Yeah, fucker. Oh, shit. There we go. Oh, I have some iridium. I didn't notice. Come on. Okay. Well, I had what it takes to overcome the challenge. Oh shit, there's another big one. Oh shit, man, how many of these are there? This area's infested indeed. Good. Ah, shit. I don't know what way down has appeared. Okay. Mummies come back to life after a while. There we go. I guess you could say mummies are the zombies of Stardew Valley. Brains. I want. Ooh, nice iron. Okay. Okay. So far, this is going really good. Oh, fuck. Come on. Okay. Some iron here. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try. Oh, no! There we go. Oh, shit, I'm almost dead. Whew. Good thing I noticed. Alright. I would have hate to lose items that I want and like rage quit in front of y'all. How embarrassing. Is there a way down? Yes. Let's get the fuck out of here. Fuck this level. Alright. It's 9:20. We can do another couple levels. And it's 10 past 11 in real life. Thank you very much for still being here. Holy shit. What made me say holy shit just now is that I haven't lost a single viewer since I started playing. This must be entertaining. Alright. Let's take it to like 11. The only thing that I find annoying about ghosts is that they fucking go to the other end of the map when you hit them, and it takes forever. They walk slowly, and you knock them back like a lot when you hit them. Oh shit! All right, fuck this. Okay, there we go. More iron, baby. I'm Iron Man. Call me Tony Stark. I'm twice as smart and 3 times as handsome, baby. Alright. Ooh, let's just go down. Fuck it. This area's infested? No, it's not. I'm out. Alright. That was a good harvest. Let's see what I got 1 iridium. Okay, I didn't get that many geodes, but I got a bunch of... Okay, I can't complain. Before I forget... Oh, first of all... No. Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. Gonna unload... Ah, shit! Fucking rod, okay. I had the rod selected... And that's what just happened there. Boom. Good. Alright, so now I can get my shit. I love it that the last thing in the chat is James asking about Scumbag Alley. If you don't know what that means, which is most of you, I'm assuming, James runs a Twitch channel called At Home with James every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, check it out. I know I do. I'm there almost every show. Twitch.tv/at home with James. All right, let's pick up some spare truffles. This is good. When I go dungeon crawling, it's good to like get back home early enough to do all this, housekeeping, so to speak. I even have enough time to drop these off in my little chest that I keep in the greenhouse. Oh, and start another batch of truffle oil. Like it wouldn't be the end of the world. What I'm trying to convey is that iridium quality truffles compared to normal quality truffle oil, the truffle oil still gets me a little more money. So I'd rather just sell those. All right, this goes here. This goes in the fridge. I think that's it. All right, the luau that I don't care about is tomorrow. Penny, my wife, is already in bed. And yeah. Yes, go to sleep for the night. Another day, another 20 grand. Excellent. Well, hey, there's Junior crawling around. All right. On that note, thank you very much for watching. I had fun with this stream. If you're watching live and you haven't already, liking this stream really helps me out. And if you are watching this in the VOD somehow, like, holy shit, thanks. I don't know what to say, but I appreciate it. And on that note, I will